Hey guys, today I want to talk about creating a website for your health coaching business. Most likely, if you're getting started in your business, this is one of the main things that you're feeling concerned about, and you're wondering, oh my gosh, how do I create a website? What do I put on my website? When should I create the website? And I want to talk about this today and really break down the things that you want to be thinking about when you go to create your website. I find a lot of health coaches get stuck on their website and they allow it to keep them from moving forward in their business because they think they need to have this big, amazing website before they get started, and they really don't know what to be including in it. So I'm going to go through this today, and I'm going to really break down the things you want to be thinking about when you create that website. So if you want more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the little subscribe button and the bell so you get notifications each time I post a video each week. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up so I know you like this type of content and create more of it. So let's dive into today's topic. I have worked with well over 200 health coaches, helping them start their business and get paying clients. And what I have seen is that website is a huge thing that holds people back from getting paying clients. And a lot of times we think we need it to get paying clients, and it can be the opposite. Like, it can be one of the biggest obstacles to getting paying clients. And I'm going to talk about that in this video. And I've seen that when we focus on the right things, it really helps people get clients. At the same time, when you do have a website and you do it well and you do it at the right time, it can be a great asset to growing your business and telling people more about you and getting them to work with you. So let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to go through 4 things with you today. I'm going to go through the purpose of the website, when you want to create your website, how to create your website, and what to include in your website. So number 1, what is the purpose of your website? So a website really is not a marketing strategy when it comes to building a health coaching business. Especially if you're going to have an online health coaching business, most people are not going to be Googling you and finding you. They're going to be finding you through strategic marketing, which is one of the things that I teach my clients. But people don't just magically find your website. So unfortunately, a lot of times we think if you build it, they will come, and that this is the case with a website. If we build this big, amazing website, it's going to get us clients. And it's really not the case. So what the purpose of our website is typically after people have found us and found out, who we are and what we're all about, it's a place for them to go and learn more about us and see maybe what it would be like to work with us or find out how they could work with us. So once again, it's not a marketing tool as far as going out there and getting you new clients, because really we have to have a strategic plan behind how we get your content in front of people. So I think that's one of the things I'd be aware of in the very beginning. It's not build it and they will come. Okay, so know that. So that's number 1, the purpose of your website and being aware of that. Number 2 is so after you know that that's the purpose, when is the best time to build your website? And a lot of people think that they should do this in the very beginning. And I think that it can actually be beneficial to wait a bit to build your website. Of course, if you already have a website, that's fine. But if you don't, I think it can be to your benefit to wait to create a website until after you've worked with some people, until after you're really clear about who you work with, what you help people with. You start to really understand your ideal client. You start to understand how powerful the work is you do, what's unique about it. And it's really hard to know these things and speak about them in a really authentic and, I would say, exciting way until you actually really understand. Otherwise, you're trying to talk about the work that you do and the people that you help without really, really understanding how this all works together, because you haven't actually worked with anyone. So a lot of times we think we need a website to get paying clients, and it's not true. Most of my clients, their website has nothing to do with them getting paying clients when they get out there and they start marketing. And the same for me. barely anyone had even looked at my website when I was getting clients in the very beginning. As your business grows, that can kind of change because you start to get more funnels in place, and people are wanting to go and find out more about you. But in the beginning, that's not typically how it works. So it can be really beneficial to wait until you're really clear on who it is that you work with and what you help them with before you create that website, okay? So that's number 2. And knowing that you want to get specific about your website, one of the biggest things that I see when people come to me if they already have a website is they aren't really clear, and so their website is really general. And this can be fine, but most people end up redoing their website then because we get specific about who they're working with, their ideal client, and more specific about, you know, their unique approach and what it is that they have to offer and why it's so special. And so we want that to come across in your website, okay? So number 3, how to create your website. So there's a lot of different platforms that you can use to create a website. And what I have found works really well for my clients is sticking to something simple that you can actually do on your own. So there's Wix and there's Squarespace, both which are more of a drag and drop template, which I find my clients like and they are able to do themselves, which is pretty nice. I personally have my website on WordPress, which is a great platform, but it's challenging. And I have found that I always have to hire someone to help me make any sort of updates to my website, just because it's more of a challenging platform. So I don't think it's the best for getting started, unless you want to be hiring someone to work with your website. And then you know that you're putting an investment into that. And in the beginning, it's not necessarily an investment that's gonna make you money back. So it's not probably a smart investment for most people in the very beginning. Okay, so keep to something simple, something that you can do yourself and that you can make updates to yourself, unless you have the extra money to be spending and to be paying someone to create your website and make all the updates for you. Okay, so that's number 3, the how. Another thing that actually people ask me about, which may be helpful to you, is like getting specific as far as what to include, what should be your domain name. So I say for a domain name, I personally use my name. I typically recommend that to people because your name is probably going to stay the same. What you do or what you specialize in may potentially change throughout the course of your business. So I like to keep things simple and just keep it my name. And as far as being worried about people spelling it or whatever, once again, most people aren't just typing in your website and going and finding it. They're getting to it by some sort of link somewhere, some sort of marketing that's sending them to your website. Okay, so a few other things as far as what to include on your website. So you want to have, it's mainly 4 pages when you actually go to create your website. So you want to have a home page that tells like a little bit of a summary about like who you are and what it is that you do. You might send them to your other pages from that page, or if there's some specific things that you want them to do, like to sign up for your opt-in offer or to join your Facebook group, those are things you can have on your homepage as well, but keep it simple. And then the other pages are, you want to have some sort of about me page that tells a bit about who you are, why you're coaching, like what got you into this, and why you're passionate about it, telling a little bit of your backstory, but I would keep it short and to the point, and not get really long and rambling with it, because most people have a short attention span and they're not going to want to read a lot of text. So your next page is your work with me page. Really the purpose of this page for most of the people that I work with, and kind of how I train my clients to get clients, is to invite people into signing up for a free consultation with you. So it isn't to sell them on your program. Most people aren't going to sign up for your program without speaking with you first. So you're really selling them on this page to sign up for a consultation with you. And you can talk a bit about your program on here and the work that you do, why it's so powerful, why it's unique, why it's going to help them when they've tried other things that haven't worked for them. Like, these are the things you want to really know about the people that you work with, and why it's important to get pretty clear on this ideal client before you go and you create your website. So that's what you want to have on your Work With Me page. And then of course, having a call to action to invite them into signing up for a free consultation with you. And that's where you're going to really do the work as far as discovering, like, are they a good fit? Is the work that you're going to do going to help them? And really speaking to them about the work that you do together and how you can support them, as opposed to trying to sell that through your Work With Me page. All right, so the fourth page that you want to have, or that I recommend, is typically having some sort of a blog page. And this isn't necessary, you don't need it, but most of us are going to create some sort of content to put out there to the world so that people have a way to get to know you and the work you do and what you're all about. And usually this is done through a blog. So a blog doesn't mean it has to be writing. Like, a blog could be writing, like writing blog posts. It could be doing videos, like YouTube videos or whatever, Facebook Live videos, whatever videos you're using in your business. It also could be like if you're doing a podcast. So it's really just a place for your work to live all together in one place, and for people to go and find it and for them to easily consume it. So they can go to your website and they can read a whole bunch of your blog posts. They could listen to a whole bunch of your videos, or watch a whole bunch of your videos, listen to a whole bunch of your podcasts, like an easy way for them to go and like see all your work together, which is why I think it can be great to have a blog post, because it allows people to kind of binge watch, binge consume, binge read your content and learn a lot about you at once. All right. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Do you have a website for your health coaching business? And if you do, is it specific? Do you like it? Do you feel like it's getting out there to your ideal client? Are you feeling like unsure about it and you're like, I don't really know what to be saying in my website? So let me know in the comments below, because I'd love to give you a little guidance on that. A few other things that I just want to tell you as far as general tips for your website is to keep your website super simple. Okay, like, I think it's so much easier if you keep your website really clean. You just have on there what you need to. You're not getting super wordy about things. You want to make sure you're not using coach lingo, like coach words that your ideal client would never say, so that when they listen or when they go and they read it, they're like, what is going on? Anytime people get confused, they are going to go away from their content. They're going to stop reading it. They're going to stop watching it. So this really goes to importance on your website. Like, you want things to be straight to the point. You don't want it to be wordy. You want it to really resonate with your ideal client. So I would say try to make it as short as possible while still getting across your point, and making sure that you're, once again, not using coach lingo. You want to be speaking in the way that you would talk in everyday language. This takes some practice when you're getting started to learn how to write good copy. But what you want to think about is that you're writing copy as you would speak it to someone like out on the street when you're meeting them. And a lot of times that type of writing is very different than when we're used to like writing essays or, what we were taught in school. And so you just have to start practicing it, which is why it can be good to wait a little bit to create your website as well. So what you get used to creating your voice and getting clear on your voice when it comes to writing and how to write in that way, so that you can write in that way on your website. It should be like short and punchy. You want to have like really short paragraphs. You want it not to look like this huge block of text. And make sure that it's just like super easy to read, not wordy. That's one of the biggest mistakes that I see, is people making really wordy websites where it's like hard to read and you're like, what is this person even saying? So you don't want your website to be that way. So lots of white space, keep it simple. All right. That will really make your website stand out. Less is more, definitely, when it comes to your website. Don't worry about things like logos. When it comes to branding, if you're wondering about branding, you are your brand. So how to brand effectively is to use photos of you that show off your personality, your interests, and that's going to come across in your writing as well. So this is why you don't need like any sort of, like, I wouldn't go and create any logo or anything. Like, I've never had a logo, but you can have branding and it comes across through photos of you and through your writing. So when it comes to getting photos taken. You don't have to go and get some super fancy professional photos taken. I would recommend using a high quality camera so that you can blow the photos up big without them getting pixelated. But you really want the photos to express your personality and show what you're all about, and what it would be like to work with you, kind of your essence. And really think about that when you get your photos taken. So those are really the main things that you want to be thinking about when you create your website. Okay, so we talked about the purpose of the website, understanding that, when to create your website, how to create your website, and what to include on your website. So you have all those things now. So when you go and create your website, you can create an awesome website that's really going to resonate with your ideal clients. All right. So if you're wondering who is my ideal client, and you want to get that figured out so that you can start working with people and then go and create your website, I do have a free guide for you that walks you through your ideal client. So I will put the link to that guide right below this video. The other thing that I want to offer to you is I offer a free consultation for coaches who are ready to get paying clients in their business. And you're ready to build your business, you're ready to get paying clients, but you're confused, you're overwhelmed, you need some support with making that happen. So I work with people and I help them do that. And if you're interested in that, you can sign up for a free consultation with me. And I'll put the link below this video. So once again, thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and subscribe to my channel if you want to get notifications when I post new videos every week. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye.